Willkommen in der neuen Ausgabe der Folktankstelle. Mein Name ist Peter Braukmann und heute hören wir mal Tanzmusik der New Victory Band. In den 70er Jahren suchten verschiedene Bands in England eine neue Herangehensweise an die Arrangements klassischer Country-Dance-Musik. Die New Victory Band widmete sich dabei der typischen Dancemusik Nordenglands. Und das klingt dann so. Ich spielte 1978 auf dem Bregenz Folk Festival und wurde gefragt, einen Knopfakkordeon-Workshop zusammen mit Pete Coe durchzuführen. Die Sonne knallte vom Himmel und niemand kam, um Knopfakkordeon zu lernen. Was für ein Glück, denn gegen Mr. Coe war mein Akkordeonspiel mehr als entwicklungswürdig. Aber so habe ich ihn kennengelernt, den Melodionspieler der New Victory Band, und seine Frau Sue, deren fantastisches Hackbrettspiel ein prägendes Soundelement der Band war. Dancehalls gab es überall und nicht nur in England. In Deutschland hießen sie Ballsäle und einige davon stehen ja heute immer noch. Die Alt-Berliner Musikszene hat da kräftig prägend mitgewirkt. Denken wir nur an Im Grunewald ist Holzaktion. Gesungen wurde also auch im Ballhaus. Die New Victory Band singt hier You Can't Take That on the Train. Den Text hat der Tubaspieler Roger Watson nach den Verordnungen der Great Central Railway von 1903 verfasst. Und dieser Text würde heute wahrscheinlich auf dem Index landen.
Our pussycat, it died last week. The kids were so upset. The missus sent me into town to buy another pet. No other cat had quite replaced the one that passed away, so I looked for something different to try and make the day. I went in all the pet shops and a pub or two as well. I saw dogs and mice and rabbits and a budgie with a bell, but nothing took me fancy till just after 2:30. I saw these green and scaly jaws and beady eyes of blue. Well, I made the bloke an offer. He seemed glad to let it go, and I thought I'd take it home by train, for the tram would be too slow. And when I rolled up at Victoria with the new pet by me side, I asked for one to Carrington, but the booking clerk replied, "Oh no, you can't take that on the train. No, you can't take that on the train."
You can take along a tiger, or a puma, or a bear.
An organ grinder's monkey, or a tortoise, or a hare.
They can travel in the guard's van if you pay the normal fare, but you can't take that thing on the train. Sometimes, to make an extra bob, I do a few odd jobs, such as fetching things and carrying to please the local knobs. When Colonel Smith was moving house, he called me out one day and sent me to the station with some things to ship away. There was cabin trunks and bags and chests, and there was one thing more the Colonel brought from Africa when he was in the war. And I should take great care of it, it was his joy and pride. It had a big black barrel and a wheel on either side. Well, I dragged it to Victoria upon a length of cord, and then I called a porter out to help us get on board. But just as we was managing to lift it in the van, up runs the station master with his roll book in his hand and says, "You can't take that on the train. No, you can't take that on the train." The itinerant musician, he can take along his harp.
The man who sharpens scissors takes his grindstone in a cart.
And the Kensington Museum even take their works of art.
But you can't take that thing on the train. Last summer we decided, that's the missus, kids and me, we'd have a week in Skeggy where there's sun and sand and sea. I scrimped and saved a week or two, I even stopped me fags. The missus wrote and booked the digs and packed up all the bags. And then at last the time come round, the kids could hardly sleep. But when we got 'em settled down and started counting sheep, the missus sidles up to me and says, "Now don't be mad, but you know how lonely mother is since we lost me dear old dad." Well, I knew just what was coming, and I couldn't help but groan. I wouldn't say she's massive, but she's wrong side 20 stone. And when we turned up at the barrier, our tickets for to show, the inspector took one look at her, and then he shouted, "Whoa, you can't take that on the train. No, you can't take that on the train."
You can take along a camel,
with one on board with two,
a hippo or a zebra if they're going to the zoo.
We've a special truck for elephants, but that would never do. So you can't take that thing on the train. You can take swans, eggs, table legs, grooms with horses, coffins, corpses, viral, nucleine, margarine, acetylene, pianofortes, gramophones, symphoniums and phonographs.
An officer of cavalry can take along his stallion.
And bona fide dealers can take specie and bullion, bicycles and tricycles and children's folding mail cots to Grimsby, Sheffield, Manchester and even into foreign parts for lots of beads and flower seeds. But I must tell you plain, you can't take that, you can't take that, you can't take that thing on the train.
Der typische Sound der New Victory Band entstand durch die gekonnte Mischung von Saiteninstrumenten wie Banjo, Hackbrett und Fiedel, Akkordeon, Konzertina und nicht zuletzt dem Einsatz von Tuba und Posaune. Und natürlich dem Tap Dancing von Linda Wordsworth. Flora May Augusta Flanagan, Künstlername Florrie Ford, war eine australische Dancehall-Sängerin, die der absolute Topstar der Szene in den 20er Jahren in England war. Eines ihrer bekanntesten Lieder singt hier Helen Watson, so hingabevoll, dass zumindest ich dahin schmelze. Pretty Little Girl from Nowhere.
There's a dainty little girl, one of the prettiest, and you'll find her in a leafy country lane. You ask her where she lives, her address she never gives. She tries to tell the name of it in vain. Well, it's just a cot, she'll answer on the boundary of a stately English mansion, fine and grand. Well, she lives there all alone, and all around she's known as the little girl from no man's land. She's a pretty little girl from nowhere, nowhere at all, in a house very small, that's 10 miles from the railway station. No name, no number, so lovers never call on the pretty little girl from nowhere, nowhere at all. In her little old sunbonnet and her cotton dress, she's as fine as any lass of high degree. Lads from far and near come a in it, I fear a husband never one of them will be. Or a certain youthful lording who has lost his way, lost his heart to her, and soon I understand. Titled single girls will moan that the season's catch is gone to the little girl from no man's land. She's a pretty little girl from nowhere, nowhere at all.
In Eshover, Derbyshire, war der allabendliche Abschiedstanz das Stück One More Dance and Then. Und so heißt auch diese Platte der New Victory Band, die erfreulicherweise auch auf CD veröffentlicht wurde. Eine Platte, die man immer wieder gerne hört. Das war's für heute. Bleibt gesund, bis zum nächsten Mal, euer Peter Braukmann.
Nights are getting very lonely, days are very long, and I'm growing weary only, listening for your song, and old remembrances are thronging through my memory. Thronging till it seems the world is full of dreams, just to bring you back to me. There's a long, long trail winding into the land of my dreams, where the nightingales are singing and the white moonbeams. There's a long, long night of waiting until my dreams all come true, and that's the day when I'll be going down that long, long trail with you. Sometimes I think I hear you calling, calling the sweet and low. and I seem to hear your footsteps falling everywhere I go, and though the road between us stretches, for many's the weary mile, somehow I forget that you're not with me yet when I think I see you smile. There's a long, long trail winding into the land of my dreams, where the nightingales are singing and the white moonbeams. There's a long, long night of waiting until my dreams all come true, and that's the day when I'll be going down that long,